Alright, so let us start our today's video. Okay, this is going to be a very small video because most of the things we already have seen in the previous three videos. Okay, this is the fourth part of unit 1. Okay, or fourth video for first unit. Okay, in previous video we have studied about oxidation and reduction with examples and balanced equations. Okay, here we will see section 1.3. Have you observed the effects of oxidation and reactions in everyday life? Okay, so let us start our today's video tutorial. Corrosion. Okay, you already have seen that the objects made of iron, okay, it get rusted. Okay, and not only iron, cobalt also, zinc also, it get rusted. Okay, why does it happen? Then the copper vessels, okay, when it becomes old, it gets a blackish color. Why does that happen? Okay, all of those are cause of corrosion. Okay, you must have observed that iron particles are shiny when new but get coated with reddish brown powder when left for some time. Okay, and it happens because the iron particles, okay, when they are left for a long time in open atmosphere. Open atmosphere means when it comes in contact with water vapor or water and atmospheric air, okay, or moisture and air, it get rusted. The color gets changed. Okay, it becomes reddish brown and the flakes of material comes out of it, and thus the iron particles decay. This process is commonly known as rusting of iron. Some other metals also get tarnished into this manner. Tarnished means the color changes, okay, the luster changes, as well as the particle or the material decays. Have you noticed the color of the coating formed on copper and silver? Okay, as I have said you earlier, the color of the silver articles or copper articles also changes. When a metal is attacked by substances around it such as moisture, acids, etc., it is said to corrode, and this process is called corrosion. Okay, so in corrosion the material get attacked with moisture, with air. Whenever we say air, that means with oxygen. Okay, and acids, bases also sometimes corrode the materials. The black coating on silver and the green coating on copper are other examples of corrosion. Okay, because of corrosion the iron particles get reddish brown color, the copper particles get greenish color, and the silver gets a black coating over it. Okay, corrosion causes damage to car bodies, bridges, iron railings, ships, and to all objects made of metals, especially those of iron. Okay, so it this line also suggests that corrosion happens to every metal, but every element, but mostly with iron. Okay, because rate of corrosion in iron is very high with respect to the other elements. Okay, because of this corrosion we always have to keep a layer of coating, protective coating on the things made of iron, like greasing of materials. Okay, then painting of materials, then anodizing of it. Okay, amalgamation, and a lot of other things like electroplating also we do for the materials, for the articles, to save it. Corrosion of iron is a serious problem. Every year an enormous amount of money is spent to replace damaged irons. Okay, in chapter 3 you will learn a lot about corrosion. Okay, fine. Then there comes rancidity. Okay, rancidity means what? Okay, something which get pungent color, pungent smell and taste. Okay, have you ever tasted or smelled the fat oil containing food materials left for a long time? Okay, just do an experiment at your home. Okay, take some cooked vegetable, okay, which contains some oil, okay, and keep it in dark area and cool area for at least 3-4 days. Okay, and after 3-4 days you will see there that a sponge have come out over the food particles, and also the ice color has changed. Okay, that gives a very bad smell. There what really happens is the fat and the oils are oxidized and they become rancid and their smell and taste changes. And if you taste or eat these types of food, okay, it may create food poisoning. Okay, usually substances which prevent oxidation or also called as antioxidants are added to foods containing fats and oil. Okay, so to prevent the food from spoiling, okay, we add cooking oil or fats in it, okay, which makes the food particles, food grains or things not to come in contact with air or atmosphere. Keeping food in airtight containers helps to slow down oxidation. Okay, oxidation happens even in any situation, but the rate of oxidation becomes very slow. That is why the chips packets, it contains cooked potatoes in oil, can be kept for more than 6 to 9 months. Okay, do you know that chips manufacturers usually flush bags of chips with gas such as nitrogen to prevent chips from getting oxidized? Okay, food particles react with nitrogen very rarely, okay, or at some certain temperature and pressure only. Okay, so that is why the chips packets are filled with nitrogen gas. Okay, so whenever you purchase 5 rupee packet, okay, of chips, Lays, Kurkure or anything, okay, it contains just very few slices of chips but very huge amount of gas, okay, and that gas is nitrogen. Don't ever smell it. Fine, so here are some questions. Then what have you learned, okay, in this chapter till now? A complete chemical equation represents the reactants, products and their physical state symbolically, and also it represents the elements or compounds in a balanced form. Okay, that the number of atoms of any element in left hand side should be equal to the number of atoms of that same element to the right hand side. Means reactant side and product side atoms number must be same, must be equal. Okay, a chemical equation is balanced so that the number of atoms of each type involved in a chemical reaction are same on the reactant and product sides of the equation. Okay, and that type of equations are called as balanced chemical equations. Okay, then where is that? In a combination reaction, two or more substances combine to form a new substance. That means in reactant side you will have two or more than two substances, but in product side, that means in the right hand side, we will have only one product or only one compound. Okay, then decomposition reactions are opposite to composition reactions. Okay, in decomposition reaction, a single substance decomposes to give two or more substances. Okay, here decomposes means it breaks down. Okay, as we have seen in the previous slides, previous videos. Okay, reactions in which heat is given out with the product are called exothermic reactions. Okay, exo means to coming outside and thermic means heat. Okay, and then those types of reactions in which heat is absorbed are known as endothermic reactions. Okay, when you touch the vessel in which the reaction is happening, when you touch the things, when you touch the like test tube or beakers, and if you feel it hot, you can say that it is an example of exothermic chemical reaction. But in which situation you can say that heat is absorbed? If suppose the product becomes cool than the reactants, the temperature of the product is lesser than that of the reactants. Okay, in that situation it is an example of endothermic reaction. Okay, in which the heat will be absorbed, not evolved. Okay, when an element displaces another element from its compound, that type of reaction is called as displacement reactions. Then when two atoms of or group of atoms or ions are exchanged, that is called as double decomposition reaction. Then precipitation reaction produce insoluble salts. Okay, means when we get in PPT, it is not soluble in the solution. Okay, that is why it forms a layer like curd at the bottom of the beaker. Okay, reactions also involve the gain or loss of oxygen or hydrogen by substances. Okay, gain of oxygen or loss of hydrogen is called as oxidation, and its opposite, loss of oxygen or gain of hydrogen, is called as reduction. About oxidation and reduction we will study a lot in next unit of chemistry. Fine, so this is the end of first unit. Okay, about the question sections, exercises. Okay, I will make a separate video for all the questions at one place. Okay, on Sunday. Okay, till then watch my video, all the 4 video sessions of unit 1, and if you want to ask any question, you can type the question in the comment section of this video. Okay, and also if I get any question which is very innovative, okay, that a student will get some goodies or some rewards. It may be anything, I will later tell you. Okay, and while you are mentioning the question, while you are typing the question, please type your name, your place of living, and your school's name, which I will mention in the questionnaire video. All right, if you are a teacher or professor watching this video, okay, please suggest anything which I have to add further or I have to remove. Fine, so in next video we will start from unit 2, that is, let me check. That is also about chemistry. Here the unit ended and page also ended in the PDF. Fine, so take care of yourself till the next video. Bye bye.